Okay, today we are into cool things with Excel. Here we are back to my data where I am looking at the age of men and women in this social service program. Not that exciting, but two ways to do a t-test. One, very simple, put equals t-test, and it's going to ask you where the numbers, the records for the first group are. So that is A2 to, I just know because you could select them all and scroll down, but there's a bunch of them. So it's A2 to A573, comma, with the next group, that's B2 to B534. Then it's going to ask me, is it a one-tailed test or a two-tailed test? Remember how I am a one-tailed test hater, like most statisticians? So it tells you right there, your options are one-tailed test, two-tailed test, two. And the third thing it's going to ask is, what kind of t-test do you want? Do you want a paired t-test? I definitely do not. Paired t-test is when you have the same person tested twice, or in some way the data are correlated, like you have parent and child or husband and wife. Okay. Do I think that the variance in the two samples are equal or unequal? I'm going to pick unequal. And then close parentheses. So I've got equals t-test, the cells where the first group is, cells where the second group is, 2 for a two-tailed test, 3 for unequal variance. Hit enter, and it tells me the probability is 0.037. Now, knowing what we know about null hypotheses, should I reject the null hypothesis or should I not reject it? You should reject it. P is less than 0.05. Okay. Now, another cool thing, if you don't have this, go to Tools and pick Excel Add-in and click on Analysis Toolpak. You may as well click on that solver add-in too. But this is really cool. I already have the Analysis Toolpak. And since I do, I can go to Tools and I can pick Data Analysis. And it will give me all these choices. I'm very easily excited. And now I'm going to do the same thing. T-test, two sample, assuming unequal variances. Okay, it's going to ask me the same thing. Like I said, I could scroll all the way over here, but I'm going to put A2 to A573, B2 to B534. My hypothesized mean difference is 0. So remember what I said, your null hypothesis doesn't have to be 0. It could be, other studies have found that there's a 5-year difference. So my hypothesized mean difference would be 5. But in this case, most often it's going to be 0. I'm hypothesizing there's no difference between the means. And there, see how cool that is? That gives me all of these results. Tells me that the mean for my first group is 39.8. So that's women. For the men, it's 41.5. Gives me the variance for each one, the number of people in each one, my hypothesized difference between the means. Gives me the t-statistic, which is negative 2.08, and the probability for a one-tailed test, no. Probability for a two-tailed test is 0.037. It tells me the critical two-tailed test value is 1.96. And for multiple reasons, I am going to reject the null hypothesis here. First of all, the absolute value of the t of 2.08 is greater than 1.96. The probability for the two-tailed test of t is 0.037, is less than 0.05. So that is super cool, how you could get a t-test, all of the results using the Excel add-in, and then use data analysis there. Or you could just use the t-test, and in that case, you would only get the probability. In either case, you'd get the same result. You're going to reject the null hypothesis. And I'm very excited.